My name is Benis Abu Baidu. Now to our first story. Residents of Techiman have been thrown into a state of shock following the murder of a man believed to be in his 30s and what is suspected to be ritual killing. The lifeless body of the man without the right eye in the morning laid in a pool of blood by a shop along the principal street of Techiman Hausa line. Anas Abit has been following the story. He joins us live on the line. Hello, Anas. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Vicky.
Tell us what residents have been telling you, Anas.
Well, in actual sense, residents are still living in a state of shock because none of them have been able to explain or tell anything as to how this can happen.
Hello, Anas. Hi, Anas. Sorry to interrupt, but can you kindly reposition yourself? There's a bit of interference in your line.
Okay, what I'm saying is, I hope you can hear me better.
Yes, it's clear now.
Great. Residents are still in a state of shock. Why? Because they are unable to tell exactly how this suspected ritual killing occurred. They woke up this morning at about 5 a.m. and they saw the lifeless body of the man believed to be in the state lying by the roadside along the principal street of Techiman. It is believed that this killing occurred at about 2 or 3 a.m. This dawn, and while they've been unable to speak, the police have also been, conducting their own investigations, and they are still unable to find out how or what actually happened there. What makes the whole thing scary is the fact that we have 2 persons in this particular state. In another area, close to the Techiman main market, we have another body who is still breathing steadily as at the time we got to the scene. The same state as to the one who has been killed. And the police have gone to the scene to pick the 2 bodies and then taking them to the Holy Family Hospital. The dead body is said to be gone to be conducted or to have been going through autopsy. The other one is responding to treatment, and the police will be feeding us with more as to when we get any other information.
And just for a bit of clarification, how many bodies are involved here?
We have 2 that both believed to be in their 30s, and this happened on the at the same time, almost the same time, because we woke up this morning and we saw the 2 bodies both lying along the street in front of shops, and so it's quite scary. The 2 have their eyes removed, and that is causing a couple of fear and then panic among residents. So
there's a 3rd person involved, but he is not dead.
Yes, the second one is alive. When I got there, he was breathing steadily, but well, I can't say it's going to be very difficult if he survives because of the way he appeared. He was also lying in a pool of blood. In fact, some of the residents have been speaking with saying they don't believe the bodies were killed by the roadside. They want to believe the killing occurred somewhere and the bodies were moved to the principal street. That's what we are getting from now.
So residents woke up this morning to find 2 bodies. One person is dead and the other is receiving treatment at the hospital. The man who died, do we know who he is?
Not really. No one seems to know. They both look like, especially the second one who is alive looks like a traveler. But this one appeared to be in a funeral cloth, and then with him or by his side, as he lied in the pool of blood, was takeaway something tied in a wrapper. So it could be he came in and then he has been or he has from a funeral ground. We are unable to establish who he is or where he's coming from for now. The police will get a details later.
Rather sad developments there. Anas Abet coming to us from the Bunohafu regional town of Techiman. Thank you, Anas, for the updates. We'll touch base with you during subsequent bulletins for some updates on this rather unfortunate incident reported in Techiman today. Now, police in the Ashanti region say they have begun investigations into the robbery incident at the residence of a High Court judge in Kumasi. Burglars broke into the Denyame residence of Justice Senyo Amedahe on Sunday dawn and made away with valuable documents and laptops. The attack is said to have happened while the police officer detailed to protect him was allegedly absent. Public Relations Officer of the police in the region, ASP Juliana, being told me earlier on News Desk, the judge is currently in good health. The
Ashanti Regional Police Command has initiated investigations into a burglary incident that happened at the home of Justice Senyo Amedahe, who is a High Court one judge here in Kumasi. The house is located just behind the Regional Coordinating Council. As you rightly said, the burglary happened on the dawn of Sunday, but the case was reported in the morning at about 8 a.m. Some items had been taken out. It includes some laptops, some tablets, some mobile phones, and some documents. Like I said, we have initiated investigations into the matter. We invited the night watchman who was on duty to ask some few questions, but we have granted him bail.
Well, we understand the police officer detailed to protect that judge was not there at the time of the incident. Do we know why?
That's very true. The why, I think that the command has instructed the unit commander of that personnel to bring a report, and then, of course, we would follow up with a formal proceedings or a disciplinary process to ask questions and then see what exactly happened and see again what we done to the personnel.
But do we know who this police officer is, and has he been telling you why he wasn't at post?
Yes, we know who the police personnel is. Of course, we have a detail, so we do know who the police personnel is. But like I rightly put it, we have asked the unit commander to bring us a report, and then after studying the report, we get to know exactly what other steps to take.
Well, ASP, do we know if this judge was handling any high-profile case? The reason, probably for the raid?
I guess our concern is with the provision of security and not get into issues that has to do with the work of the High Court. That respectfully, I'd want us to discuss the security part of this issue and not want to go into as to whether he had a high-profile case to review, and that's why we don't want to read meanings into it. It's a burglary, like I've put it, and we have initiated investigations, and let's rest it at that point.
Is the justice, is he all right? Is he safe now?
Sorry?
I'm asking if he is all right and safe now.
And from the reports I get from the commander of this particular district, I understand he is okay.
And based on this incident, is there going to be any special protection for him?
Well, there has always been protection. I do not know what you describe as special protection. There has always been protection. It's just unfortunate that on this particular day, the policeman detailed for this duty did not go. That is not to say that we have ended it. Yesterday, we did detail yet another police officer to be on duty over. I guess that would do what we have to do as police personnel to make sure that the incident does not come up again.
Residents of Mehia in the Ablekuma West Municipality of Accra this morning set lorry tires ablaze and blocked major routes leading to the community in protest of the poor state of roads in the town. The pothole-ridden stretch has been a cause of concern for most commuters to and from the communities as their vehicles get broken down and stuck on their way daily. Joy News' Maxwell Agbagba was at the community to witness a demonstration by the residents this morning and reports.
It's rather a chaotic scene here at Ablekuma Bokoboko and its adjoining communities like Manhia. Residents here are setting tires ablaze right in the middle of the road. They are protesting over bad roads. In fact, when we're driving here, we have to go through some deep gullies that run through the middle of the road. The residents today are saying they are going to prevent any commercial or private vehicle that is going to the central business district of Accra. And that is exactly exactly what they are doing. They're doing this with one resolve. They will not allow drivers to move to the Central Business District or to any other place.
Do all the road. I think right now, if you are going here, you take more than 2 hours on this road. If you are going Joma right now, you are going to take 1 hour 30 minutes. How? How can? I think it's very bad. So
as the chief of this area, he was nearly arrested by the police. They nearly bundled him into their vehicle, but he's lucky to be here now. Chief, what is the problem here in this community?
the problem over here is there are some things which is going on in the area we did not understand it. Everybody took the law into your own hands. Ryder, what police must do, the Ghana police service is not doing it. Ryder, they follow different people and do bad things in the area. I am at a certain meeting.
Complaining about this road. How long have you been complaining?
We've been complaining it for long. We've been complaining it for quite about 16 years ago. They usually make demonstration in the area. And at times, we usually went to the assembly and give reports at assembly. But they'll give us information that they will come in to do it. By radar, they will not do it. Nothing happened. And when rain falls, people must, these penalties have been frauded. Nothing is happening.
Do you support it?
Yes, I support it. 100% I support it. Yes. I support it 100%.
This is the second location here at Ablekuma Manhia, where residents have set a number of ties ablaze. What police officers have moved into this community, and they are trying to find a solution to this. They want to quench the fire, but these residents here will not allow them to do their work. In fact, we can turn so you can see the fire in the background. A number of ties set ablaze by the residents here in this community. Police officers here are finding it very difficult to move in here. They would have to cross a little stream here on the side of the road before they can get closer. The officers here are trying to calm the situation, but these people, these residents in the background, well, the roads here do not only pose a challenge to residents living in this community. Public relations officer of the Greater Accra Police says it can also pose an impediment to police mobility in this community.
To be told, because a place like this, usually when the roads are very bad, it creates some form of impediment in combating crime. Because if you have to go and respond to distress situation or distress calls, we remember this area, there was this amount room and what have you. This was a typical situation that we found there, and robbers and criminals took advantage, to commit all sort of crimes. So this one, you don't need to be told. It is very obvious that it really impedes our work. What time? When we even got here, it took us a longer time, driving all from the main streets up to this place. So for this one, I think it's judicial notice. It's very obvious.
You're watching Joe News today with me, Benis Abu Ubaid. We'll take a quick breather. When we come back, I'll be telling you more about the sword-cutting ceremony for the new mother and baby unit of the Konfanoti Teaching Hospital that took place earlier this morning. Many thanks for staying. Government will complement the efforts of the Multimedia Group and the First Lady's Office to complete the new maternity block for the Konfanoti Teaching Hospital. That's according to the Deputy Minister of Health, Kingsley Abuaji-Jedu. A collaboration between the Multimedia Group and the Office of the First Lady has realized about some 8 million Ghana cedi for a new maternity block at the Konfanoti Teaching Hospital. It follows a Joy News documentary by Seth Kwame Boateng that revealed mothers and their babies have lost their lives at the hospital. Speaking to my colleague Ohiming Terry on the sidelines of a sword-cutting event, Mr. Abuaji-Jedu says government will complement fundraising efforts to complete the project.
Oh, definitely. Well, I think we have gotten about 75 to 80% finance for it. So government will not be responsible to sit aloof. If that money is not enough, to complete it. Definitely, the government will find money. Even if we have to squeeze money from a stone, we'll do that should the money we have raised not be enough to complete. You have heard it, that's estimated to cost about 10 million. I'm sure that by now we would have gotten about 8-point-something million. Whatever is left, I am promising Ghanaians that government will find the balance to pay so that the project doesn't get delayed at all.
Meanwhile, the First Lady, Rebecca Akufo-Addo, cut the sword for work to begin on the new mother and baby unit at the Komfo-Anokye Teaching Hospital this morning. It follows a second successful fundraising ceremony at Menchia yesterday with support from the Asantehene Otumfuo Osei Tutu II and his wife, Lady Julia Osei Tutu. The first fundraiser came off here in Accra on the 4th of May. Here's a recap of what took place this morning at the Komfo-Anokye Teaching Hospital, leading to the sword cutting.
By the grace of God, I think we can begin work as soon as possible to stop our newborn babies from dying unnecessarily. The babies are our future, the children are our future, and we cannot sit by and allow this to happen. And so we are going to cut the sword very soon for the new mother and baby unit, which should be ready in the next 4 months. And to the contractor, we will provide all the support that you would need to get the work going. And may God see us through this work all the way through as soon as possible so that we can get full use of it very, very soon.
Well, that was a very brief remarks there, brief message there for us from the First Lady, Mrs. Rebecca Akufo-Addo. She told us about how excited and, of course, how happy she is to see this very day. The fact that an initiative that she has embarked upon is going to see the light of day. And at this very moment, we're moving into the grounds where the maternity block, the very new one, will be put up so that the sword cutting will take place. Well, presently we have the Chief Executive Officer for the Komfo-Anokye Teaching Hospital. I don't know when last he had a pickaxe in his hand, but he's, made a hole on the ground and is going to plant something that is to signify that, yes, we are ready to put up this new maternity block. It brings joy to my heart. And, of course, when I was following the First Lady, when she went around the maternity block, trust me, I can tell you that the excitement that the mothers on admission welcomed her with was beautiful. Now, as we speak, the First Lady has, put a few sand on some shovel, and I'm sure she's going to put it on the tree, and then that will end it all for us here at the Komfo-Anokye Teaching Hospital. It's indeed beautiful. It's indeed heartwarming. I'm excited to be part of this beautiful project that has been embarked upon by the First Lady. Of course, her foundation, by Komfo-Anokye Teaching Hospital, with support from Menchia, and of course also from the support we've had from the Komfo-Anokye Teaching Hospital as well. Right now, well, a tree has been put on the ground, and the First Lady is putting water on it, and that is to say that this definitely will serve a very good purpose. May the Lord God Almighty see us through the building. That's a project that will be put up within the next 4 months, and may bring peace and relief to everyone who comes here to receive health care.
Still on neonatal care, the neonatal intensive care unit of the Sunyani Regional Hospital in the Bunoahafu region urgently needs more incubators in order to serve the huge number of premature babies that are delivered or referred there. The worrying situation, according to head of pediatric department of the hospital, Dr. Bright Isiama, is most of the time causing congestion which can possibly lead to the spread of infections among babies. Nesta Kafia Joma has more in this report.
Several babies born premature across the Bunafo region are referred to the Sunyani Regional Hospital for further intensive care, as well as those delivered at the facility. According to Dr. Bright Isiama, the neonatal intensive care unit of the hospital receives 30 to 40 premature babies within a month, even though only 3 incubators are available. Only 2 out of the 3 are currently functional. He said under the circumstance, at least 10 incubators are needed at the facility to cater for the numbers.
We need incubators in the unit. Currently we have 3 incubators, which 2 are functional now. So we need more incubators. But these incubators are used to care for those who are freshly born, who didn't develop fully in their mothers even before they were the premature babies. So when they are born, we keep them in the incubators to keep them so they don't become cold. So we are appealing to the young public.
Naturally, some babies are born with jaundice, a defect that causes the skin and eyes of newborn babies turn yellow in color. This defect needs infant phototherapy machine to correct it, but the equipment being used is a locally made and certified one, which is a big source of worry to the hospital.
These are our locally made phototherapy unit that we use. But it's not certified, so you can't guarantee the effectiveness of the radiance of the light being thrown onto the baby. But some of the time it works, some of the time it doesn't work, and we may do with it for now. Incubators, but currently it's broken and so it's not functional.
Seeing the danger at stake, lawyer Ama Frimpoma presented 1 infant phototherapy machine, infant scale, and sanitary wares to the neonatal intensive care unit of the hospital.
My birthday 6th of May, I told my friends that, well, there are people suffering in my region. Instead of taking me out in a park for dinner, instead of buying me a bottle of wine, help me buy something for the hospital. Help me come celebrate my birthday with my friends in here. And so we managed to get a phototherapy machine and a weighing machine for the hospital and a few things for the babies on admission. We're hoping that when God blesses us small, we'll be able to do, say, an incubator or anything at all for them there. And so you go there and see the kind of babies people have. You take life for granted.
The administrator of the Sunyani Regional Hospital, Abraham Asari Bediako, expressed gratitude for the donation while appealing for more assistance from the public.
We are supposed to have about 5 incubators here, but now we are having only 3. And as you all know, Madam's donation is worth about 11,000 as an individual. So we are appealing that if more people come together, I think they can do much more than what we are seeing here today. And we do appreciate so much for this kind gesture.
That was Nesta Kafuya-Droma's report for Joy News. Away from the health sector, the National Commission for Civic Education, NCCE, is undertaking a week-long citizenship program under the theme Restoring Our Ghanaian Values, the Role of the Ghanaian Child. The Citizenship Week event forms part of the Commission's annual Constitution Week activities. This year's program is aimed at making children understand and uphold values on nationalism, respect for national symbols, humility, patriotism, discipline, hard work, honesty, and many other values that best define the beliefs and identity of Ghanaians. It began on the 26th of May and will end on the 2nd of June 2017. Director of Communications and Corporate Affairs at the NCCE, Mrs. Joyce Benedicta Ifutu, spoke with me earlier on News Desk.
You can see that's my Ghana, the boy speaking,
sure.
And then my values. So we have issues like I obey school rules. We realize that from home, the children move to school. So if there are rules and regulations, the time you report, the time you go on break, the time you have to do your work, and then the lessons and all that, they grow up and they become time conscious. You realize that, I mean, timing is a very difficult thing, and then we are all grappling with. Now in Ghana, we have the African time, and then we have another time. And you realize a lot of events even start with an apology because we all can't make the time. So we are teaching the children that time is of essence and time is money. If you are able to obey and ensure that you are on time, it really will do us a lot of good. I am disciplined in school and at home. So being a disciplined person, it shouldn't be only school where you think your teachers will look at you. Even at home, wherever you find yourself, you must ensure that things go on well there. I work hard. A lot of messages.
A lot of messages.
Yes.
I like the one about respecting national symbols.
Yes.
It seems to be a problem. And do you find that people are even aware of national symbols?
Yes, some are aware. In fact, when we go, our sessions are very interactive. We don't just go to talk to them. You ask them because they are doing what we call citizenship education, comprising a lot of subjects in one. We are looking at getting responsible and hardworking citizens in future. You know, they can't just transform in a day. So gradually as we do it, we are hoping that people will really imbibe the concept and then the virtues, and they will become patriotic. They also help to sustain Ghana's democracy.
Great. So can you run us through the activities lined up? It started on the 26th of May and will end on the 2nd of June. So there are some activities to catch up with.
In fact, it's a similar activity that's being held. So daily we go to a lot of schools across the country. That's what we do. But as part of the Constitution Week, we have another activity that this year we are saying we have the dialogue series where we engage people to discuss issues of national importance. So this year we are going to have a national dialogue on the 14th of June as part of the Constitution Week. And the venue will have it at the National Theatre. And that's one, the theme is restoring the Ghanaian identity, our values, our passion. So we'll have panelists like Professor Justice VCRC Crab, we'll have Professor Adey, we have Professor Amatedu, and Mr. Kebi Asante. You know, they are senior citizens and they come from different backgrounds. So the values that they think resonate with Ghanaians, we are going to discuss that, and we are hoping that this thing will generate a national discourse where we can ensure that the values that we have as a people, we can imbibe them, and then Ghana will grow to become a better place to live in.
You're watching Joy News Today with me, Benes Abubedu.